Hello everyone and welcome back to Learn to Love DIY. Today we are creating this beautiful double flap fun card. This is one flap and then you opened it even further to reveal the center where you can write your message. And then you can of course tie it back up. I am using Cinnamon Cider, which is one of the new in colors for the 2020-2022. Stampin' Up! Ink colors, and I'm also using the Forever Fern Cling Stamp set for today's project. And let's go ahead and get started. Let me put this just a little bit to the side. I've mounted my stamps. I'm going to be using, since I don't have all the colors yet, I'm using the Great Granite, and I'm using several of the stamp sets. So you'll need a piece of ribbon, and it's approximately about 14 to 15 inches long. And then you'll need a base card that measures 5.5 inches by 10. And you'll actually be scoring this at 4 1/4 and 8 1/2. You'll need a whisper white piece of 4 by 5 1/4. And you'll also need a DSP piece that measures 4 by, I'm right. 4 by 5 1/4. This is the one that will go on the outside. You'll need another thin piece of the DSP that measures 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. And then you'll need a third of DSP that will go on the outside. And this piece of DSP measures, did I get that measurement? Give me one. Oh, okay. So 2 3/4 by 3 1/4, and the same goes for the whisper white piece. It measures the same. So 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. You'll need a circle die for the hello, or a square, or whatever you want for the front. And you'll need another piece for that first flap, and this measures 3 by 7. And you're going to be scoring this at 3 1/2. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and take my paper trimmer out. I'm only going to score this one and this one. So okay. So paper trimmer. Again, remember, the one that scores is the lighter of the two blades that you guys have on the paper trimmer. And this is the one that measures 3 by 7. On the 7-inch side, you're going to measure 3 1/2. And you're going to go ahead and score it to create that crease for that first flap. For the second piece of paper, again, this measures 5 1/2 by 10. You're going to go ahead and score it at 4 1/4. And again at 8. And for this, you'll need the arm here and measure 8 1/2. Perfect. Since I did all the pre-cutting for this project, we can go ahead and put the paper trimmer away. Okay. So I'm actually going to bring out, okay, so I have a piece of cardboard that I like to work on over. Let's see, let's fold this flap. And then this one on the inside. Take my bone folder. And then try it again. And I don't think I mentioned this, but the DSP that I am using is from the new paper stack, from the new DSP of the In color. So it looks something like this. I showed it to you in my mini haul, although I still have quite a few things to order, but I've been using what I have for now while I get ready to order more stuff. So I'm going to be using this guy. I'm going to put those things away, and I'm going to be taking all of my Whisper White pieces, and we're going to go ahead and do some stamping so that we can go ahead and assemble our card. Again, I'm using gray granite, and let's see. Let's start with the inside piece. So the inside piece, I am using this lovely little, I'm going to call it a fern piece because the stamp set is called Forever Fern. And I'm going to be just doing the corners on opposite ends. And I'm stepping it twice. I think I stepped it twice, so let's do that. They say that no card is ever quite alike. So, there you go. There's that one. So I'll set that aside, as well as this stamp. Let's go ahead and do our hello. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to do the sentiment first, and then the foliage on the corners, just so that I know where to place everything. Okay. And then I'm using this beautiful one here. I love the texture on this one. And I'm just creating a pretty frame for the sentiment here. Okay. That's all the stamping we're doing today. Alright, so again, I love using the multi-purpose liquid glue, although I will be using a little bit of my double-sided tape because I'm using the ribbon and I want to make sure that it sticks on there so that I'm able to tie it. So let's go ahead and do the base card first, and I'm going to adhere 3 of the pieces that will go on here. So let's do the inside piece first so that we can do the flaps. And I've said this many times, I love the liquid glue just because it gives you time to adjust, and because it actually does go a long way. Even though it looks like a tiny bottle, it goes a long way. I've been using the same one for many projects, so I love that fact. Okay, so let's do this one, and make sure that you are using the direction that this is meant to be on, so the letters are written in a certain way. So you have to make sure that you don't do them upside down. You of course could use this side, but I want to using the writing on it. And I'll fast forward. I'll stop talking and I'll fast forward some of these gluing. Now we're going to do this guy here. Let's do the inside. Using my double-sided tape here. What? Okay. So leave that aside for just a minute. I'm going to align this and just apply adhesive to that portion that'll be glued onto the bottom of the card. And we are going to center this. So align it just to the edge. Okay. And then we are going to align our ribbon, making sure that it is straight on both ends and that there's enough on both sides. So we are going to do it on the middle side, and then I'm going to apply our sentiment. Okay, and now, so I'll show you. It's only adhered on this portion here, so you'll open your flap like this again, and you can write your message. And then when you are done or you're ready to mail this out, you can, of course, tie it up. And I made it extra big, so if you have a hard time doing bows, I would make this just a tad bit bigger, and you can cut the ends if you wish at the end. So that's the card that we made today on camera. And I'm going to tie this guy. The ribbon on this one is actually a bit smaller, so I do believe I made the second one just a bit larger, so it was easier for me to tie. And this is the one we made, that I made before I filmed. So I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. I will link my Stampin' Up! Online store as well as my email in case you have any questions, or if you have any issues ordering, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to help. I thank you very much for watching, and you guys have a great day.